Daf Hashavua Megillah, Daf Yitchesel with Beis. Rav Tomer Rav Chiya Bar Abba, Rav Yochanan. Hakori Megillah Aksuba Ben Aksuvim. You read from a Megillah that's written Ben Aksuvim along with other Sfarim of Ksuvim. Lo Yatsa, you're not Yotza. That's what Rav Chiya Bar Abba Rav Yochanan said, and that's halacha we learned yesterday. Umachla Mocha, but he hit it on its head, meaning he qualified that halacha. He lessened it. He made it very, he explained it, clarified what it means. Bitzibur shanu. That's only when it's bitzibur. But if you do it, because bitzibur, we need to what? We want to make a Pesumei Nisa. We want to show that we're reading for Pesumei Nisa. So therefore, we need it to look different as a letter in order to show the Pesumei Nisa. But if you're doing it privately, that's okay, even if you're being Yotzi with it. Rav Chiya Bar Abba, Rav Yochanan, Rav Chiya Bar Abba said another halacha. Shir atfar, the shear, the measurement of the stitches by the Sefer Torah that we leave unstitched on top and bottom, alachim l'shmisina. That's alachim l'shmisina. Machal mocha, and he hit it on the head. He qualified. He explained it by saying, don't think that there was a major deep reason behind it. Rather, it was Kadesh Yikra, which is also a major deep reason that the Sefer Torah shouldn't rip when you do. When you're rolling it out. Moshe and Eliyahu both had the schus that Hashem, the Shekhinah, should pass by them, and Moshe, Hashem put him in the cleft of the rock, and Eliyahu was in a cave. Moshe Rabbeinu Hashem covered over, and so the Gemara is saying that the Gemara is calling Moshe Rabbeinu also in a cave, but it's saying. If and even Moshe Rabbeinu and Eliyahu, if even a little bit of light would have come through to them, when the Shekhinah passed, they couldn't have lived. They couldn't have been able to make it because no one could see Hashem and live. If it would have been left over in the cave, Shalman Moshe Eliyahu, that Moshe and Eliyahu stood in Kimale. We were in 12th grade. We were saying the reason it was called a cave is just because it was a big rock and it was cleft of a rock. But that's a cave. That's what it is. The Elio Kamali Nekev Machat Sedakis, and the amount Nekev of a whole Machat of a Machat Sedakis, a pin that you sew with, that you stick with, Lo Yechon Lama, they couldn't have survived. They are over because of the light. No one could see me and live, says Hashem. What does it mean when it says by the second luchos, on the second luchos, was written all the things Asher Dibra Hashem Imachim that Hashem spoke to you, Moshe Rabbeinu said. All the things. What's Kachol Advarim? I should just say that on the luchos was written the things that Hashem spoke to you. What's Kichol Advarim? Melamed teaches us Moshe that Hashem showed to Moshe not only Torah Shabbat, the straight out, but the Duke Torah, the nuances of the Torah, says Rashi, the Ribuyin, the things that we add, that we have, the Nudim that we add, like the S's, the S, Hashem Elokech, the things that we add, the Gam and the Gam, and also the Miyutim, the things that we exclude, things like Ach, the Rak, like when we say Ach, the Yisa Ach Sameach, or Rak, things like that were added, that he also explained to Moshe Rabbeinu, Vidiktuke Sofrim, and also the things of the Mishnah Sarishonim, the Mishnayos, and the early Chachamim, Masha Sofrim Asid L'Chadish, and that which the Sofrim eventually would add, would be Machadish, would make. Umaynu, what is that? Mikra Megillah. So it comes out that Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu about Mikra Megillah. Says the Mishnah, Kol Shem Likus HaMegillah. Everyone is kosher to read the Megillah to be motzi others. It's a question about if women can be motzi men, but Kol Shem Likus HaMegillah Chutz Micher Shota B'Katan, except for a deaf person, a shota, someone a shota, B'Katan and a katan. Rabbi Yehuda Mashal B'Katan. Rabbi Yehuda says that a katan could be motzi others if he's a gil. Of course, if he's not, he can't. Says the Gemara, Mantan Cheresh B'Yevenami Lo. Who's this Tana that seems to say in the Reisha that a Cheresh Shot Katan can't be motzi? That it seems that a Cheresh even B'Yeven can't, because the Mishnah says Kol Shem Likus Megillah Chutz Cheresh Shot Katan, which sounds like even B'Yeven, even after the fact that you're not Yotze if you listen to a Megillah said over by a Cheresh. Who's that man? Amar Amasna, that man number is Rabbi Yossi. That man number is Rabbi Yossi, the Tanan, because we learned in the Mishnah. Hold on, because it's a little bit rough. I'm trying to explain it as best as I could. The Tanan we learned in the Mishnah. If you heard the Shema, but if you said the Shema, but it didn't come to your ears, Yotzei Yotze. The Tanakama, who's going to be Rabbi Yehuda, holds that you're Yotzei. Now it sounds like from the Mishnah that you're Yotzei Moshe. It sounds like you're Yotzei B'diavad. If you did it, you're Yotzei. Now that's not for sure going to be true. It could be that it means you're Yotzei L'chatchila, and the only reason the Mishnah said a case of that you already did it is in order to show that Rabbi Yossi is so strict that he holds Rabbi Yossi Omer Lo Yatsa even when you already did it. But the Gemara here is going to hold originally that the Mishnah it does mean B'diavad. If you already heard it Yotze B'diavad, because it already happened, but the Chachila not Rabbi Yossi Omer Lo Yatsa. Rabbi Yossi says you're not. So says the Gemara. So there you see that Rabbi Yossi is the one that says you're not Yotze at all. So he would be the Tana of our Mishnah who says that you're not Yotze even B'diavad. Ask the Gemara. We might Rabbi Yossi. How do you know that our Mishnah is Rabbi Yossi who B'diavad Nami Lo, who holds that even B'diavad it doesn't work? Dilma Rabbi Yehuda, maybe he's the Tanakh who's Rabbi Yehuda, L'chatchilu the Lo, and he holds only L'chatchilu you're not Yotze. When you by Shema, B'diavad Shaper Dami B'diavad it's okay. And therefore, in our Mishnah also, Hakol Kshem L'kusam Gilchutz V'Chereshot V'Katan means that when it speaks about Cheresh, it means L'chatchila it's not good, but B'diavad you don't say. It says Imar Lo Sagedayta. It can't be true. Why? The Katani, because we learned in our Mishnah, Cheresh Domi the Shot V'Katan. Cheresh is part of a group of Shot V'Katan. And Ma Shot V'Katan B'diavad Namilo, just like we know Shot V'Katan for sure, even B'diavad doesn't work because a Shota doesn't have the semblance of mind to be noticed someone, and a Katan Shloy Chinuch either doesn't have the semblance of mind. So even with the evidence doesn't work. So to Cheresh, obviously the evidence also doesn't work, and therefore it can't be Rabbi Yehuda, it has to be who? Rabbi Yossi. Not necessarily true that it can't be Rabbi Yehuda. V'dilma hakidisa. Maybe when it says Cheresh Katan, that means the evidence doesn't work. But I'm sorry. Shota and Kata means B'diavad, it doesn't work. And Cheresh, when it says it doesn't work, that's only L'chatchila, but B'diavad it does work. Which is a little funny to say, but the Gemara is trying very hard to make it Rabbi Yehuda, like Tosfos explains, since the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda, we want to try to make the Mishnah Rabbi Yehuda. So you don't have a proof yet that the Mishnah is not Rabbi Yehuda. So says the Gemara, let's bring another right, that it's not Rabbi Yehuda, very obvious right. The Katani say for Rabbi Yehuda Masha B'Katan. Since our Mishnah says Rabbi Yehuda Masha B'Katan Mechlal, we can infer the ratio of Rabbi Yehuda. That obviously the ratio is not Rabbi Yehuda. Because if the same is Rabbi Yehuda, the ratio is not. It says Gemara not necessarily true. Dilmakul Rabbi Yehuda, maybe the whole Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda. Me Dami. Now the Bab takes this out. This is the Dilmakul Rabbi Yehuda, and he goes on 2 lines down to the Dilmakul Rabbi Yehuda. The Bab says. He says, "V'nir bein Rashi l'garas." I'm not sure where he sees that, but either way, he's not garasid, and he's saying Rashi is not garasid. Dilma kul Rabbi Yehuda. 2 lines later, u'trei gavni kata. Maybe it's all Rabbi Yehuda, and there's 2 types of kata. The chesura and extra, and it's missing part of the mission. It says like this, and this is what it means to say: Hakol kshem l'kusas Megillah chutz mechereshot v'kata. Everyone's kosher to read the Megillah except for chereshot v'kata. That medvar mur l'kata shlo yilchenah. That's a cotton that didn't come to chinuch. But if it's a cotton that has come to chinuch, that he has some level of semblance of mind, you can even do l'chatchila. Rabbi Yehuda Masha B'Katan. Rabbi Yehuda Masha B'Katan. I just want to mention before I mention that for sure the Mishnah was talking about a cotton shelo yigil l'chinuch. That's why it doesn't work. If it's not Rabbi Yehuda, it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could be it's someone else that holds that even a cotton yigil l'chinuch is not good. Doesn't have to be, but here that's where the Gemara splits up between a cotton sheigil and a cotton shloigin, and that's why it can even be Rabbi Yehuda, even though it looks like the Tatan is not Rabbi Yehuda because it says Rabbi Yehuda Masha B'Katan. If you put in a story master, if you put in words missing, you could say that a cotton that's not a yigil doesn't work, and a cotton that's yigil doesn't work even l'chatchila, but a cotton sheigil l'chatchila is going to work. Rabbi Yehuda Masha B'Katan, Rabbi Yehuda allows a cotton. So therefore, we want to say the Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda. Frank the Gemara. The Mayu Kimta, we are here. The Mayu Kimta Rabbi Yehuda. Why are you saying that the Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda? And then it comes out with the Evet, and therefore you're learning that and it means even with the Yevet it doesn't work. Now we're learning the Mishnah's Rabbi Yehuda. HaKol Ksher Lukas Megillah, Chutz Mechar Shot V'Katan is Rabbi Yehuda. And Rabbi Yehuda only allows you to read it with the Yevet. And that's Pshat in the Mishnah Koresh Shema. When I explained to you that you could learn it even with the Yevet, at the beginning I said the Mishnah of Koresh Shema V'Lishmi Lozno Yatza, which is Rabbi Yehuda, could either mean Chatchila Yotze or B'diavad. The Gemara is learning that it means B'diavad. Just correct the Gemara. But my opinion, because Rabbi Yehuda, why are you learning? It's talking about Rabbi Yehuda, and it's only B'diavad. That which we learned. Yehuda Brei Rav Shimon ben Mazi, Damora. Yehuda Brei Rav Shimon ben Mazi said over a brisa that says Cheresh Hamidaber, Cheresh that can talk. The Englishman he can't hear. Torim l'chatchili, he's allowed to take off truma l'chatchili, even though by truma you need a bracha. And when you say a bracha, you're not going to hear the bracha, and therefore it ends up being a bracha. Although you're still yotze. You're yotze l'chatchili. You don't have to hear the bracha. Now we're in a little bit of a bind. We never had a man amar that allows you a cheresh to be yotze something l'chatchila. Mani, who's this man amar? Rabbi Yehuda, do you have it in? You just told me he allows it with the l'chatchila. No, he doesn't allow l'chatchila. Rabbi Yossi, if you tell me it's Rabbi Yossi, then for sure not. The Yevet Namilo. He doesn't even allow with the Yevet. So therefore, we're in a bind. Elamai, you're telling me that Rabbi Yehuda is the one that allows something of Chatchila. That means the Brisa of Akori Shema Lo Shmiel Ozno Yatsa is going to go back to be Rabbi Yossi and not Rabbi Yehuda. So we got you checkmated. Now it can't be Rabbi Yehuda because we see that the only mandama there is that allows Chatchila is going to be Rabbi Yehuda. That means the Bryce of HaKoreh Shema V'lo Yishmilah no, it's Rabbi Yehuda. That means the Mishnah that only allows it, that doesn't allow it, or only that doesn't allow the Chatchila of Cheresh, the most degree is Rabbi Yossi. So Rabbi Yossi, you have an Amilo, and then you stuck with your original thought in the Mishnah that the Reish is Rabbi Yossi. Answers the Gemara, the Elamai. So what do you tell them? The Elamai Rabbi Yehuda? You want to say fine. You want to say that the Mishnah by Truma L'Chatchila is Mutter is Rabbi Yehuda? It's anyway can't be Rabbi Yehuda. Afilu L'Chatchila and he allows L'Chatchila. You can't be anyway because I have a different brayso. The Ella Hadatani, that which we learned in the brayso. Lo Yivarich Adam Birchas Hamazon Belibo. A person is not allowed to bench Belibo in his heart. Doesn't mean he thought about it. Thinking about it for sure he can. It means that he didn't hear it. The Imbirech, and if he did Yatsa is Yatsa. So there we have a shita straight out that says B'diavad. Now the Gemara wants to say at this point, in order to force us out of Rabbi Yehuda, that Rabbi Yossi doesn't allow it even B'diavad, and Rabbi Yehuda only allows it even L'Chatchila. That's the only other choice. But here we have a Mandamar that allows it even B'diavad. Who's that going to be? So you're stuck. Elamai, you're telling me that that's going to be Rabbi. Now we're stuck between Truma, so you have to, something's wrong anyway. The Imbirach Yatsa, Mani, Lo Rabbi Yehuda Rabbi Yossi. It's not Rabbi Yehuda and it's not Rabbi Yossi. You're Rabbi Yehuda L'Chatchila. If it's Rabbi Yehuda, you show me a price of Truma that even L'Chatchila works. You're Rabbi Yossi, after you have an Avilo. If it's Rabbi Yossi, he doesn't even allow it B'diavad. Says the Gemara, unless we finish up on Daf Chav. Pretty good, 15 minutes, Baruch Hashem. La'olam Rabbi Yehuda. Really, it's talking about Rabbi Yehuda. And he allows even L'Chatchila. He allows it even L'Chatchila. Like we just got finished saying at the end from Truma, that he allows the L'Chatchila. And therefore, you're going to have to say that what? If he allows the L'Chatchila, you're going to have to say that the Mishnah is going to be all Rabbi. If I'm making the Cheshire right, it's going to be all Rabbi Yossi. We have another Bryce that says, not. One's talking about him. The first Bryce says the Chatchila works, it's talking about him. And the second Bryce, which you assumed is going to be Rabbi Yehuda, is going to be his Rebbe. The Tani Rabbi Yehuda Omer Mishum Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. Rabbi Yehuda said in the name of Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, HaKoreh Shema Tzorach Sheyishmu La'azno. That if you read Shema, you have to hear it. Shenemer Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Hashma La'aznecha. Hear in your ears, Mashato Motz Mipicha, that which you say out of your mouth. Rameir Omer No Asher Anochi Mitzavcha Hayom, that which I commanded to you Al Levavcha. Acher Karbonas Halevei. Eina Dvarim. That when it's, even if you don't hear it, that's considered words. Now, I just want to make a quick question so I don't come out that later realize that it made the wrong cheshbon. If you're saying that Rabbi Yehuda holds a chatchila, so is there a way to learn the Mishnah? To be Rabbi Yehuda, I don't think so. Hakol ksherim likur samigala chutz mecherish showed to the kata. They're not. Even if a cherish is b'di'evet, it's not going to be Rabbi Yehuda. So if you hold that Rabbi Yehuda holds by a cherish, it's a chatchila, the Mishnah can't be Rabbi Yehuda, which is what the Gemara seems to be going now, and that it's going and it's being Rabbi Yossi. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for coming.